So, was your husband's a writer, and how did he go to school for writing, and did he write screenplays, or what did he do?
He went to undergrad for writing, and then he went to Columbia for fiction, graduate school.
And did he know was his goal to write for TV shows, or did he fall into that? Or?
No, his goal was, to be a professor. He didn't really have one. I have talked to people that did Yale, that went to Yale, and I know that TV shows will recruit right out of the Yale program for grad school. What he did was he just got in kind of pretty recently. He interned, did everything, even though he was in his early 30s. He went back to interning, PAing, anything in the writer thing. PA'd on a TV show in The Office. Took that job. Next week was promoted to writer's PA. Next week was promoted to showrunner's assistant, which is so. I think he interned for a manager that repped a lot of writers. She took him on as her client, and she got him what is one of the biggest agents out here. Got him, like, not CAA, but the other one, an agent at that, and they staffed him the next year as a writer. But I know it's like a dream story. But his first job at the Village Voice, he called the guy so many times, and the guy said, "You'll make a great reporter because you have harassed me so much to get this job."
What would he say when he called him? What would he say when he called this guy?
I don't know, but he just kept on calling. He worked as a ghostwriter on a biography on a musician, so that helped. And
just did projects. He would do projects, just any kind of writing projects.
And he would pitch stories to the New York Times as a freelance writer too. And he really studied New York Times style writing. And he said it helps for his show too, because then his boss loves, whenever they have to do a newspaper, he's like, it always sounds right. But he knows the different LA Times, the New York Times, their styles, and it's very specific. So just researching that. He reads a ton. I think, seriously, I'm not this way, but selling yourself and pushing yourself, calling all your friends, hey, do you know anybody in the business? He really did all that because he knew nobody. Family, friends, he would fly to LA. I mean, I would get so annoyed just with a meeting and the guy would cancel on him, and with a family friend, and that happened twice. And he would just do anything, and it worked. He was super, super persistent and super hire me. One woman that runs Mad Men did tell him, "You're a psycho," and she said, "Never call me again." So, that's what I'm always afraid of, but with everybody else, it kind of worked. But I definitely think, and that's how I got into this business too. I didn't know anybody. I'm from Vermont, went to Reed College in Portland. I just interned and worked my way up, and I kind of think that's better because I walked my little brother into this business, and he would show up hungover. He didn't get it that it's so.
What do you think your little brother didn't get?
That it's really lucky to be. It's a privilege, right, to work, have these jobs.
I see, because you kind of helped him get in. He didn't really understand what a privilege it was, and he also didn't get what you get from fighting your way in a way, is really valuable. And other people respect that because that's how people that seem to be successful also did it that way. Yes?
I think so. I mean, people love him, and he got hired all the time, but they also would tell me, he showed up drunk and whatever, and he's also really, really cute.
Always helps to be cute.
Yes.
Okay. So your husband was super determined and would just call up anybody. I mean, would he look at IMDb and find writers? Who was he calling? Like the gal Madman?
Yep, he was calling friends of friends, and
That were writers? Were they writers? Oh, okay, always writers.
writers.
Producers.
He would just he got through a writer guy, this writers guilds list. That's how he got his, that was looking for to hire people, and that's how he started interning for a manager to writers. But I mean, here he was already in his 30s, already had worked a lot of things, but went back to like working for free and kind of related to what he wanted to do. And
What was that?
right, but he was working for a manager to writers. And I think that's a good thing, is working for managers and agents, because they're so connected. The actor yesterday said he's gotten tons of parts because he works for a casting agent. So I think that's one way, if you can't get an assistant job. Writing a ton. And ultimately, why he's gotten all these meetings and scripts, though, was that, and also just having a really standout script. You have to write, if you want an original movie screenplay or an original TV show. And that's your like resume or your sample that you send to people.
Let's see, what else can we tell them? Okay.
Set is going to seem a lot more fun, but production office is where you want to be, even though you're going to be answering phones, photocopies. Really where you want to be is working for managers, working for agents, working in the office, being somebody's assistant, a big director's, or a big kind of the set jobs. You're not going to meet the right people. Be in the office to meet everybody, and then it's a longer gig, and you kind of endear yourself more to people. I really think being assistants to somebody big, because then they connect you. I think that's a great gig, even if it's not being an assistant to a writer. Being an assistant to somebody that's a producer, a director, a manager, somebody like that, because they will have connections.
In the office, there's just a lot more time, because that's where all the preparation is happening, and how they get all their jobs. That's when it's all happening, is in the office.
It's boring, but it's a good way to work your way up, is in the office. Yeah. But it was really taking that office PA job that led to then the showrunner's assistant.